Hi guys, and welcome back to Cashbright. Designing on Redbubble. It's fun and you can earn a decent amount of money over time, but it can also be challenging when you feel uninspired or suffer from designer's block. In this video, I want to show you how it can actually be quite easy to create designs for Redbubble. Like all things, it starts with an idea, and then it's all about how you express that idea. Well, with the help of a vast library of free online images and some image editing software, I want to show you that expressing that idea is easier than you think. Now, in previous videos, I've spoken about the importance of targeting a niche market, getting to know your target consumer, and creating your own original designs which will stand out and appeal in a competitive marketplace of hundreds of thousands of Redbubble creators. So let's put all of this into practice and allow me to show you how I create easy designs for uploading to Redbubble. Number 1. Targeting a niche market. It's good to choose a niche market because it makes designing, marketing, advertising, and just building your design portfolio much easier. Put yourself in the shoes of a person buying one of your t-shirts. Say they like the t-shirt, but if they see your other designs are about various unrelated things, they will be less inclined to check them out. Conversely, if they see your store has other related products, they are more likely to be curious and possibly even make additional purchases from your store. This is because your USP, or unique selling point, is clear to your consumer, and you stand out much more from the crowd. In this video, I have chosen the niche market of animal lovers, more formally known as the pet industry. It's very big, it gives me a lot of design freedom, and would give a clear message to my target public. Number 2. Getting to know your target customer. It's difficult to put a precise number on the size of the global market for pet-related products, but suffice it to say that it's valued well in excess of $100 billion and continues to grow each year. Now, of course, most people like pets, and so I do need to choose my target consumer with a greater level of precision. So I know that in general, it will be younger people that will visit Redbubble and see my posts on social media whenever I go to advertise my t-shirts, my mugs, my clocks, whatever it is. I also know that young people tend to like short, simple expressions which reflect their own feelings or opinions on a given subject, hence the popularity of memes. So my target consumer is probably a millennial that likes pets and is looking for a simple, expressive design that reflects what they value and feel. So great, I now have a good idea of who I'm designing for, and this helps with the step that matters the most. Number 3. Creating easy designs. So let's begin by using the online editing software PicMonkey. It's very useful for editing simple images, and so I begin by going into my computer and picking out an image of a dog which I found online and gave me a great idea for creating an interesting design. Click Create, and there we go. Now we want to remove the background, and this is easily done by right-clicking and selecting Convert to Background Layer. There we go. And then this option comes up, which is Remove Background. Which you click, and hey presto, background removed. Now download and save as a PNG, like so. There we go. And the idea is that we're going to collect some elements together, which can then be used in the GIMP image editing software. So next we will go up here to Create New and select a blank canvas for creating the background of our final image. We will want to just select a high pixel ratio. It doesn't matter what pixel ratio you select because it will be changed later. Click Create. And now we have a blank canvas onto which to apply our textured background. So going over here to the left to textures, you have multiple textures and it's entirely up to you and your taste which one you select. I'm going to go with this one here. I want a kind of neutral background. Oh, that one doesn't work, so I think actually this one at the bottom will work better. Yes, although it does need editing a bit, so I'm going to change the saturation, lower it a bit, like so. Yep, that will do nicely, and the fade, just increase that a bit, so it's nice and neutral, so it acts as a neutral background for our design in the GIMP software. Yes, apply, and now just as before we're going to download it as a PNG so that it can be used later in GIMP. Now that we're in GIMP, we want to create a new work, and to do this we go over here to File and select, of course, New. Now we want a big enough pixel ratio, so 7000 I think is big enough for the purposes of Redbubble. Click OK, and there we go. Now this is just the canvas, and just in my opinion I think it helps to rename it. You don't have to, but I'm going to rename it as Canvas, like so. And now we can proceed to load in our background that we made in PicMonkey. So we open it as a layer, and we find it in our computer folder, like so. Open it up, and it gets loaded in as a layer on the right, as you can see. I'm going to rename this as well as the background, so it can be distinguished from the canvas. And of course it's too small, as you can see here, so I'm going to simply resize it, right click, and resize layer. And I'm going to want it to fit the entire canvas, so 7000 by 7000 makes sense. There we go. And that'll do nicely. On top of this, we now want to put our yawning dog. So again, as a new layer, we open it up, select the no background dog image that we just made in PicMonkey, opening it up, and here we have the dog layer. Great. Now I think that looks a little bit off center. I mean, it's my personal opinion, but I do think that looks better slightly to the right. And now we will want to add some interesting text to complete the simple design. So we go up here to the text tool, we draw a text box slightly above the image, like so. And we select slightly smaller font size, and it's up to you what font you prefer. I prefer this one called Chewy, and I just came up with something which I thought was slightly clever that matched the yawning dog image. So I'm just saying here, just because it's morning ... like so. Just resizing it, it's important just for aesthetics sake. Bring it down closer to the dog, and again the same size, or try to get the same size text box below. Resizing it where necessary, like that. Exactly the same, and then I thought of the expression "doesn't mean I'm awake," because that's often how I actually feel in the morning. So again, it's up to you. You can play around with this as long as you like. I think that looks okay. And once you're happy with your simple design, it's time to export it. So up here to File, Export, and you need to of course give the file a name. So I'm going to call this Dog Mornings. And finally, In case you don't already know, for Redbubble it's important to choose the right file extension. So you can select the right file extension down here, and of course you need to use PNG for Redbubble. So clicking here, exporting, and it's really just as easy as that. It literally took me 10 minutes to make, and hopefully my target consumer will like it enough to generate some sales. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please do leave a like, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And until the next time, stay sharp, stay hungry, and stay cash bright.